What's up, y'all? This is KKK Queen K. We are on a my bad, I'm smoking on a live video. Basically, this is a video on how to what you should do in a time like this when you need to start learning how to invest your money. So this is how we're gonna invest. Well, I started watching this guy, Mr. Richard Fan, and here we go. Let's see what he got to say about investing money. Some of these things I actually have been doing. I've been investing in like cryptocurrency. And what I do is I watch the news and I get my information and I base it off of what's going on in the world and how much of an influence people some people have and some people don't have. One thing I can say about investing your money and where you spend your money at, a lot of people say they don't want to deal with stocks because they don't know how to do it. They don't know what's the ins and outs of it. I say to that, when you learn how to ride a bike, when you learn how to dress yourself, when you learn how to do all everything, when you learn how to do something, you don't know how to do it at first. It takes time. And to me, I don't I don't want somebody just take my money and just here invest it in what you think is good. No, I'm going to take my money and I'm gonna invest in what I feel is right, and therefore nobody has control over what is going on and where my money is going. It's all about uh, whether you giving somebody else control or you taking control into your own hands because you rather put in that time, that work, and that knowledge to know how to do it ins and outs. So, here we go.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit the notification bell for me so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. Do not invest money for my subscribers. I do not offer an investment trading program. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks. When you open a new Webull brokerage account, put at least 1 penny in that account, they're going to give you up to 12 free stocks. There's a link down in the description box of this video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new broker. But we didn't officially call it a recession until like the tail end of 2008. And really by that time, the recovery had already started. So fast forward to today's recession, probably the same thing will happen. By the time the Federal Reserve says we're in a recession, the actual recovery would have already started. So what should the game plan be to make money in this current recession that we're in? Well, I think you got 3 asset classes where you can make some money. First one is going to be in stocks, right? Stock market right now is heavily discounted. The S&P 500 for 2022 is down by over 20%.
And let me say this, on some stocks, if you're interested in some stocks that you want to buy, on certain apps, you can buy like pieces of that stock. You don't have to buy a whole share. You can buy, like, say, if you wanted to buy, if you were interested in buying some of Bitcoin, you wanted to be a shareholder in Bitcoin, but you don't have $19,000 to get a whole share of Bitcoin. What you can do is you can take $25, $20, you can take $5 and invest it into the stock of Bitcoin. Now you're not gonna get a whole share. You might get like a small little piece of the pot. You might even get a crumb. You know what I'm saying? But at least you got some of that pot, you know, when they do blow up.
The Dow is down by over 14%. And then the NASDAQ, which is the biggest loser of all, is down by over 30%. So what does that mean for someone trying to build wealth if they want to use the stock market? Well, it means you can go buy things, guys, that are more than 25% discounted when you do the average of the three major indexes, right? I like one of the sayings that...
I'm sorry. I was watching a video and this guy, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man. He was saying on this video, he was saying, he was like, yeah, I got $10,000 worth of Dogecoin. I'm like, damn, $10,000 worth of Dogecoin. This one, it was like at like 6 cents. It's at like 11, 12 cents right now. This was like when it was at like 6 cents, 5, 6 cents. I'm like, damn. So if he got $10,000 worth of Dogecoin, and he got $10,000 worth of Dogecoin, that means he got 600,000, roughly, in the range of $600,000, 600,000 shares in Dogecoin. He's a major shareholder in Dogecoin. If that jump was to go to seven, even just $7, he'd be a millionaire. If we go to $1, he'd be a millionaire. So what I'm saying to you is, buy low, sell high. I mean, and when you buying low, make sure you buying it like when the company first starting out. Do your research on them. You know, do your research. couple companies I'm investing in. I don't know if I want to say it. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna say it. But I'm not gonna tell you all the companies I'm investing in. But Dogecoin is one of the companies I'm investing in. And that company, I ain't gonna say their name. I'm gonna make you do your research. The company that Nancy Pelosi went to go see in Taiwan, that is the company that I invested in. I watched the news because the news is gonna tell you why they're arguing. You know, everybody know that oil is one thing that they're always gonna argue about. Oil and territory. But what else in the small things? What are the small things that they're arguing about that are major, uh, how you say, majorly influential to every country? I said, man, you gotta think. What is it? Is it clothes? Nope. Is it food? Nope. Water? Nope. That's essential to everybody, yes. But that's not it. It's technology. Technology. That's what they fighting over right now. That's China and the United States fighting over Taiwan because of that. Technology. Let's get it. Hold on, my bad, y'all. I've been talking.
Warren Buffett has. When prices on hamburgers go up, people are not happy. When prices of hamburgers go down, people are joyful. But when prices of stocks go down, people think it's bad news. No, that's good news if we're trying to build wealth and we want to use the stock market to help us do it. We want to buy them when they're on sale, right? We want to pick these great companies, these great blue chip companies and ETFs when they're on sale. Why wouldn't I want to buy Apple when it's 25% on sale? When I know history tells me it will recover. It'll recover as soon as we get into the next bull market. Guess what? Bull markets follow bear markets. Look at the history of the stock market, guys. There's never been a time where the stock market has fallen by 25%. It wasn't followed by a bull market that increased by 50%. That's just the way the market works, right? So if you want to build wealth using stocks, this is the perfect opportunity. You should be buying them through dollar cost averaging, right? You should be buying as much as you can afford to buy. Now let's move on to the other asset classes. The second one is going to be real estate. Now I've done a couple of videos recently about real estate or home prices starting to drop, right? Home prices are starting to drop around the country, guys. I'm going to concentrate here on Florida because that's where I live. At least in the area where I live at, we have seen at least a 3 to 5% drop in home prices over the last several months. Why is that? Well, interest rates. To keep it simple, anytime the interest rates associated with you buying a home and getting a loan increase, typically that drives prices down. Why? Because when interest rates increase and mortgage financing gets to be too expensive, people can't afford to buy homes. So it decreases the demand. And anytime the demand decreases and homes have to stay on the market longer, guess what? Sellers are forced to do what? Reduce their prices to sell that home. So I believe real estate, single family homes, duplexes, triplexes, quadruplexes are going to be on sale here very shortly in the next 6 months. I think that's a good opportunity for you also to pick up some good deals if you are in a position to do that. Let's move on to number 3, which is businesses. I believe the best time to start a business is in a recession. Normally, people don't want to start businesses in recessions. So I like to start one in a recession because I got less competition. Normally in good times, when everything is booming, that's the worst time to start a business. Why? Because you got more competition because everybody else wants to start a business. So think about what you would like to start a business doing and then get started, right? Because this is the best time to do it. As I mentioned, less competition. What should you also be doing right now?
Come down to real estate. That's what I'm working towards. I want to have commercial real estate and residential. You know, commercial, I just buy the land and just sit on that bitch until I get the land surrounding it so that I can do what I want to do, which is a creation that I have in my head. Like I have this. It's kind of like Kanye. I don't want to buy a town myself. I want to buy a town, and what I want to do with that town, I want to work with children and adults. Um, and I want to. It's kind of like the buddy system, pair them up together, and children learn from the adults learn from the children. We're gonna have a session, and we're gonna have a time where um, you speak to them. You know how people like to overspeak. Like I watch a lot of different channels, and even myself, I do it a lot too. I over talk sometimes. I over talk people, and I was talking to a Spanish chick, and what that taught me was to be patient, to be patient, and fully hear everything that they have to say. So in that area, I want to practice that. You know, the child here out with the parent, not the parent, but the mentor or the buddy has to say, and and vice versa. Because sometimes these kids have really great ideas, and parents ignore them, or adults ignore them, and we cannot do that anymore. Like I said, we gotta have understanding for each other and one another. You know, in these times. What happened?
In order to prepare yourself for this recession? Well, I think the number one thing you want to do is think about your income. Protect your income, right? You got to protect your income because, in my opinion, that's an asset. That's one of your assets, protecting your income. So making sure your skill sets are good, making sure you're adding value if you're at an employer, making sure you're streamlining and taking care of your employees if you're a business owner, right? You got to protect that income, guys. That's the most important thing in a recession, because without that income, you can't do what? You can't buy any of these assets that I just got through talking about. The next thing you got to think about is cash. See, you got to always keep some cash on the sideline, especially in a recession, guys. Number one, it gives you the opportunity to pick up on more deals that present themselves during the recession.
At that moment.
But it also serves as a safety blanket for you, right? It serves as
commercial
protection for you as well when you got some cash reserves on the sideline. And believe it or not, guys, cash right now is probably a really good investment. It's probably outpacing the stock market. Matter of fact, it is outpacing the stock market right now. Because think about it. If you're getting a 1% return in your money market at your local bank, that's probably better than you're doing currently in your investments in the stock market. Now, long term, obviously, the stock market will outperform your money market account, right? Rate. Long term. But in the short term, a savings account or a money market, a high yield money market, is probably outperforming the S&P 500 right now. So I don't think that's a bad idea, having cash. You guys know I've already told you guys in so many videos, I keep at least 25% of my net worth in cash. And I do that because of opportunities, and I do it because it helps me sleep better at night. This recession that we're currently in, I just don't want you guys to miss the opportunity to build wealth. I don't want you to miss the opportunity to grow your net worth. Don't sit around thinking, well, the Federal Reserve hadn't officially officially said it's a recession. So it's not one until they say it. No, guys, we're in on it. It's already here. Look, like I said, look at these asset classes I just mentioned. Stock market, real estate, businesses. Think about them. They're all down right now. Right? They're all down. What that tells me is we're in a recession. Think about where we're at with inflation. Inflation is 8.2%. It should be at 2%. We're a long ways off. Right? So we're definitely right now in a recession. Obviously, at some point, the Federal Reserve, I believe, will call it that. But typically, when they call it a recession, guys, the recession is probably at its tail end, and we're already starting the recovery. So don't be sitting on the sideline trying to, time the market either. Oh, once they call it a recession, I'm going to jump in. So I heard we still got another 20% drop in the stock market. Guys, don't get caught up in that trap. Don't get caught up in that trap. Right now, you already got the S&P, which is a broader indication of the entire stock market. You got the S&P already 20% on sale, more than 20%. You got the NASDAQ, more than 30% on sale. So what are we waiting on? If we're thinking about building wealth, we should be taking advantage of that right now. Don't get me wrong. You can continue to buy down. If the stock market drops another 10%, buy it down. But the key, though, is I want to buy low and then hold those investments to some point in the future when they're trading at a higher value. I want to buy them at a lower value, which is right now, and I want to hold them long enough till they get to a higher value.
Now, when he say that, let me tell you, man. This was 2018. I watched a video on a certain individual that they tried to discredit, and they wiped all of his videos from the internet. So pretty much you're not gonna be able to find this video unless somebody was trying to debunk his this video. I'm gonna just say his name, Noah. He was telling us about the future and how things were gonna go. So I wrote down some things, and I started doing some research on some of these companies that he mentioned. And I said, "Whoa!" So I remembered him saying one thing. I said, "Okay, if I wrote down these companies' names, and I said, okay, if this is true, then this is gonna come true." And what I banked on was, I said, okay, I'm only gonna invest in these companies if this comes true. And what came true was the age, the smoking age, the legal age of smoking. The legal age of smoking was at 18 in 2018. And he said in 2020 they're gonna change the legal smoking age of uh of cigarettes because of the weed, and it's gonna become a federal law. It's gonna become legal all across the United States instead of just certain states, because the United States is gonna be struggling for money, which what we talking about right now, a recession. So it's gonna come legal across the world. And so once that came true, I was like, okay, I'm about to start investing. So, man, I asked my ex at the time I was dating. I said, should I invest in Tesla? And it was like $150 at the time, yo. And I had the money because I had literally just moved in with my godparents, and we were staying in a loft upstairs from my godparents. And I had the money to invest then. She was like, no. She was like, she told me no. She told me we had other things to do besides doing that. I was like, but I want to invest in something. And this is before the uh when partial investments came out with Robinhood. So I'm like, dang man. I'm like, all right. So I listened to her, which was stupid of me. Never listen to someone when you feel strongly about something. If you feel strongly about it, you better listen to yourself. Fuck everybody else. You hear me? Fuck everybody else when it come down to yourself. Like that ass. So that damn stock shot up. It shot up. And I felt so fucking stupid. I felt so stupid because I knew to invest. Because this man was saying, hey, and he was sounding scared when he was talking about it. So if you ever wanted to know what I'm talking about, I guess you gotta meet me. I guess you gotta meet me. And that's the only way I'm gonna talk about it is in person. You know what I'm saying? Like some things I just keep off the internet. Um, or, we'll talk about it over the phone. But some things I just keep off the internet, man. Cause some some things you don't wanna affect your life, you know? You want it to actually happen for you. You don't want no bad juju. But yeah, you don't want to sit back and sit here and know that you can invest in something, and then when they shoot up, you know, you tight about it. I'm encouraging everybody to invest in some type of crypto. I mean, it might not be the main currency of the world this point in time. But at some point in time, you're gonna need it. They pushing this, and they had already changed the currency from what we have now to to um to digital. Biden signed something of the sort. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. This was 7 months ago. This was 7 months ago. All right.
A long-awaited executive order this week, which will direct Justice Department, Treasury, and other agencies in US to study the legal and economic ramifications of creating a central bank digital currency. The White House last year said it was considering a wide-ranging oversight of cryptocurrency market, including an executive order to deal with growing threat of ransomware and other cybercrimes. Biden's order sets a 180-day deadline for a series of reports on future of money and role cryptocurrencies will play in evolving landscape. However, reports being ordered could still raise concern about such a move or conclude that it will require congressional approval. The Biden order, likely to come tomorrow, comes amid heightened concern about use of cryptocurrencies by Russian elites to circumvent Western sanctions that have cut Russia off from large portions of global economy. Moves by China and other economies are also there to create their own cryptocurrencies. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network yesterday warned institutions to watch out for potential attempts by Russian entities to evade sanctions imposed by Washington over Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Biden's order will ask Justice Department to look at whether a new law is needed to create a new currency, with the Federal Trade Commission and Consumer Financial Protection Commission and other agencies. It will study impact on consumers. Other studies will be ordered on the impact of cryptocurrency on competitiveness, the market and technical infrastructure needed, and the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. WION now available in your country. Download the app.
Did you hear that? That was 7 months ago. Hold on, let me get something recent, more recent, man. Boy, I didn't know what the fuck that was. Let's do the filter search. This week. Let's go back. Bam. That's too long of a stream. Says, forget Trump. Biden is your guy for World War III. I'm talking about crypto right now. Let's see what they talking about right here.
To daily crypto news. Let's get started. President Joe Biden has been ridiculed in private by members of the Saudi regime, including Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has questioned his mental sharpness. The revelation comes after Biden's recent visit to the area in July, during which the U.S. president pressured the Saudi government for increased oil output but received no response. On Tuesday, Dogecoin, as the meme coin, recovered from previous losses. Earlier in today's session, the token increased by as much as 3%, departing from a recent point of support. Bulls drove Monero into a crucial resistance level, which led to it rising as well. Hackers have infected Windows-based computers and Android phones with malware by taking advantage of typos. Hackers are obtaining data and private keys from unsuspecting users through a tactic known as typo squatting, which is registering names that are very similar to those of legitimate brands of companies, according to a report released by Cyble.
An African-focused cryptocurrency exchange platform called Yellow Card recently announced that it had been granted a license to operate as a virtual asset service provider in Botswana. Yellow Card's license, issued by the nation's non-bank financial institutions regulatory authority, enables the cryptocurrency exchange to expand its activities across the continent.
See, I just learned that. I didn't know that Africa had trying to get their own cryptocurrency, but we should either support theirs. I gotta find out. I'm gonna find out what theirs is, and I most definitely want to support theirs. If I'm going to support Elon Musk, I'm going to support them. I have to. Like, well, I don't have to, but as a form of unity, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna ask them in return. I think I want to do how old buddy did with Dogecoin, and become a major shareholder. And I'm gonna ask them to put um, see if we can come up with our own microchip. And if we can, protect that with dear life. I'll come out there and be on the front line. I don't give a fuck. We gonna protect that with dear life. With everything life. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna make sure that our children here um, actually find some type of fun in the activity of creating things again. You know, I used to have fun competing with people. You know, I mean, competition ain't always bad. Competition can be fun. Like competition don't always have to be a bad thing. Competition can be fun, man. And it's all how you look at it. It's all about how you look at it, you know? So, um, we most definitely need to get on that. Most definitely. But, most definitely need to get on that. So, uh, yeah, my thing acting crazy right now. So,
Does not rework its Brexit deal, it will become the sick man of Europe.
let's see if I can. But yeah, just invest. My shit going. Diddy. Invest your money in what you feel like is right. Don't just go for just anything. You know, do your research, look up things, and talk to people. You know, see what their interests are. You don't have to automatically go with what they're doing or what they're talking about. You can always, you know, you can always go and look up stuff for yourself. Do things for yourself. Don't always depend on someone to do it for you, because if you depend on someone to do that for you, it's never going to get done right. Only you know how you want things to be done. Only you know how you look at things to be what do you say, how you say it, designated, appropriated, and regulated, you know. So with that being said, please You don't know if you don't do anything else with your cheeseburger money, or with your club money, or with your strip club money, or or with your play money. Please, please do your own research on um on the cryptocurrencies and whatever company that you feel like is best for you to invest in. Go ahead and invest in it. I invested in Dogecoin. One reason why I invested in Dogecoin because that was um, set up before uh, the U.S. even thought about doing it. Even though he was playing with it, he still thought about doing it. He got it going. He's seeing how well it could do. He said, "Okay, let me put some money behind this." Boom, it's gonna be an okay coin if the government don't kill his ass. Oh man, the government don't take his ass out because now Elon Musk is the United States government competition. If you didn't know, now you know. And the fucked up part about how the United States did theirs, they didn't start off with like less than like a, 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 a penny a share. You know what they started off with? $1. Everybody else had to go through the mud. And that's why I'm supporting Elon Musk over the U.S. coin. I'm going to buy a few U.S. coins because you know what? No, I'm not. I just don't see the U.S. surviving on a basis unless we have a change, a major change in how the government is being ran and the people that's in the government right now. But with that being said, I appreciate you taking the time listening to me. If you did watch this video and if you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Only reason why I put this guy up was because he can explain it better than I can. I smoke, he and I have a lot of things that run through my mind at one time. It's not just this video or this topic. If you watch some of my videos, I jump from one scenario to another because I mean that's just how my brain works. Like I don't know, it's my brain is crazy, but I get it. I get me. I don't care if nobody else get me. As long as I get me, I know what I can do, and I'm doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it, baby. I'm doing it, baby. I'm doing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's me right there. Yeah, that's me. I'm doing it. So and I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of what I have overcame, and what I'm looking forward to towards the future. You know, the future for me is bright. The future for me is most definitely bright, and it's on, baby. It's on. I'm about to actually play the game, and I will check y'all on the rebound. Alright, I see y'all later, boy. Okay, KK out. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button.